Hello and welcome back to the Eastern Michigan Dynasty here on NCAA 14. It's been a while, but we are back. The Eagles are coming off of a road victory against the Buffalo Bulls and a bye week to host their home opener in conference play. And the home opener for conference play will be up against the Ohio Bobcats, who are 5-1, 3-1 in conference. Take a quick look at what Ohio has done so far this year. Took care of North Texas at home, won on the road against Ball State, beat Western Michigan in overtime, took care of an FCS opponent, barely. Beat Akron up pretty good, but they're coming off of a 7-point loss to Central Michigan at home. Meanwhile, the Eastern Michigan Eagles opened the season with an impressive win over South Alabama, and then they went on the road 4 straight times, winning all 4 of them, finally coming back home for their first conference home game against Ohio. And there are 18 recruits in the building tonight for Eastern Michigan. Would have been 21, but we've had 3 commit within the last 2 weeks that were scheduled for today. So hopefully after tonight's game, we get our first couple of recruits of the season. So without any further ado, let's jump into this one. Eagles back in Rynearson against the Bobcats. And you are looking at Rynearson Stadium for only the second time so far this year. The Eagles come in. They are 5-0 on the season. Bobcats are 5-1. The big question today is, can Brogan Roback make it through the game? He had to leave the last 2 games early, and backup quarterback Todd Porter had to lead him to victory last week as he went out early against Buffalo. Here in the opening kickoff, Sergio Bailey brings it out across the 25. The Eagles in all green today. We see what Sergio Bailey's done over the season, and just last game he built on it. He only had 3 catches, but for 94 yards, all of them seemingly huge catches. First play of the game is Brogan Roback in the pistol, and he's going to give to Shaq Van on the left side. Van's going to get forward and pick up 5. So far in the season, Shaq Van over 500 yards and 8 touchdowns after 5 games. He's been doing well. 2nd and 5, Robinson goes in motion to the left. It's going to be a fake give to Van, and Roback tries to throw it out to the right side of the field, but it's knocked down. So that brings up a quick 3rd down for the Eagles here on their opening possession. 2 wide receivers on each side, shotgun formation. Shaq Van to Brogan Roback to the right. He's going to take the snap. He's going to give it to Van on a draw, who breaks the tackle near the line to gain, and he is brought down just shy of the 1st down marker. Ohio Bobcats force a punt here on the opening possession for the Eagles offense. Austin Barnes kicks it deep. It's going to be fielded at about the 13. White's going to bring it out across the 30 and down at about the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. It's going to be an option. Windham keeps it, and Windham's going to go across midfield. He breaks a tackle, and now he's inside the 40 of the Eagles and brought down at about the 31. What a run by Greg Windham Jr. to start this game for the Bobcats. Now it's a hurry-up offense for Ohio. Back to the line they come. In the pistol now. Windham, another option. This time he keeps it again, and he goes to the right side. He picks up 6. 2nd and 4 for the Bobcats. In the pistol again. This time it's just going to be a handoff to the running back, Allette. And Allette goes up the middle and picks up 4. This is going to bring up a 3rd and very short for the Bobcats. Same formation for the Bobcats as they go back to the line. Still in the hurry-up offense here in the opening possession. It's another option. It's another keeper by Windham, and Windham has the 1st, and he's going to be brought down at about the 22. This time it's a shotgun formation with the running back off to the right. Windham takes the snap, and he's going to give it to Allette on a draw, and he's brought down at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there by the Eagles defense leading that one. Jeremiah Harris makes the stop. So after an incomplete pass, it brings up the 2nd 3rd down of this opening drive for the Ohio offense. Can they pick it up? It's 3rd and 10 this time from the 16 or 17-yard line. Windham, plenty of time, but takes too much time, has to try and scramble out of the pocket, is unable to do so as he tries to throw the ball out, but it slips out of his hand due to the contact made. So Ohio, after a good start to their drive, ultimately has it stall out inside the Eagles 20. They're going to have to kick this field goal, which is up, and it is right down the middle and good. So 3-0 Ohio is the score here early in the game. As we take a look at what's going on in other MAC games, Northern Illinois squeaks one out against Central Michigan. Western Michigan takes down Ball State by a score of 17-10, and Oklahoma State in Big 12 conference play beats number 8 TCU 24-10. Meanwhile, back here at Rynearson in Ypsilanti, Michigan, Sergio Bailey takes this kickoff right up the gut and isn't even contacted until the 31-yard line. Brogan Roback and the Eagles are looking for more success than they had on their opening drive. The first play of this one is a quick pass out to Sergio Bailey, who had one man in front of him but couldn't get around him. Only a 1-yard pickup on the play. 2nd and 9 now. Roback fakes to give to Van, and he's going to roll out to his left, and he's going to throw across his body. He gets Johnny Neapalu out across the 35, brought down. It's going to be 3rd and 5 now. It's an awkward throw from Brogan Roback. Wonder if he should have just kept it and tried and picked up the first with his feet. Regardless, it's 3rd and 5 now from the 36. Roback drops back. He's going to fire it over the middle, and it's hauled in by Sergio Bailey, who's across the 45. First down pickup after an 11-yard reception. 1st and 10 now for the Eagles. It's going to be an option. He gives it to Van, who goes to the left side, and it has enough for the first down. Inside Ohio territory for the first time for the Eagles offense. 1st and 10 now from the 44. They're going to give it back to Van on a counter. He has a hole, and he goes through it and picks up 7 on the first down carry. Good start to this game for Shaq Van. The Eagles come out on 2nd and 3 from Ohio's 40 with a 3 tight end set with the fullback in the backfield in front of Van, and they're just going to run it up the middle with Shaq Van, who can't get around his offensive lineman. He only picks up maybe a half yard on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2. 2 wide receivers out right, 1 out left. Tight end in the formation on the right side. Single back is Van. Roback takes a snap. It's going to be a drop back. He's going to throw. He fires it out to the right. It's hauled in by the tight end, Dan Bushman, and gets inside the 30. Picks up the first. It is nice to have Brogan Roback back on the field for the Eagles offense. He can make throws, including on 3rd down. Keeps the defense guessing. Now here on 1st, it's an I form. It's going to be a run to Van, who goes to the left side and powers forward to pick up 6. Another 3 tight end set for the Eagles. This time there's a wide receiver out to the left, and the single back is Van. They're going to fake the give to Van. And now Roback, with plenty of time in the pocket, makes a strike over to the left side of the field, and it's hauled in by Sergio Bailey inside the 5. It's going to be 1st and goal Eagles. Heavy set once again for the Eagles at the 4-yard line. 1st and goal. It's going to be a pitch out to Van, who has to cut it back inside and is brought down just shy of the goal line. 2nd and goal from the half-yard line. Both teams have their heavy set on the field. Roback gives it to Ian Erickson, who goes right up the middle and walks into the end zone with some nice lead blocking. Touchdown, Eagles. They take the lead here in the 1st quarter. So the Eagles respond nicely to the Ohio field goal with an impressive down the field drive that ate up a lot of clock and ate up a lot of yardage. How did the Bobcats respond now? On 1st down, it's going to be a delayed handoff to Olette. Goes to the outside, picks up 5. Bobcats had a nice return on the kick. They brought it out to the 29-yard line. Now here they are on 2nd and 5 from the 35. Pistol formation. Windham takes the snap. He's going to toss it out to the left and can be hauled in by Morgan. Morgan picks up 10 yards. Watch out for the tight end today after last week's game against Buffalo, where Mason Schreck just absolutely tore up the Eagles defense from his tight end position. Back to the line, the Bobcats get another snap off before the end of the quarter. They go right up the middle with A.J. Olette, picks up 3. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7 once we come back from the end of the 1st quarter, where the Eagles lead 7-3 here at home. First play of the 2nd quarter now. Bobcats have it 2nd and 5 from their own 48. Windham gets rushed. He's going to have to just toss it out to the left, and it's hauled in by Jordan Reed. What a play! It looked like it might get intercepted or at least knocked down by the corner who was there waiting for it. But Reed goes up and makes the play with an aggressive catch at the ball, and that's what you got to do as a wide receiver. Cornerback was waiting for the football. The receiver went up and got it instead. 1st down, Bobcats in Eagle territory. They're going to give it to Olette, but waiting for him was Jason Beck to make the play. In the backfield, it's going to bring up a 2nd and 11. 2nd down play now for the Bobcats at Eastern's 34, and they try and run it up the middle, and White is stopped in the backfield by Derek Williams. Back-to-back negative plays on the rush by the Eagles defense. It's going to bring up 3rd and 14 now. Let's see what the Bobcats draw up in this situation. Windham takes the snap. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's going to throw it over the middle, and it's going to be too short for his intended target. And that's a 4th down. Good stop by the Eagles defense. The punt bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Eagles going to try and build on this lead and do something they haven't done in the last couple weeks, and that is jump out in front and not let the other team in it. They've actually fallen behind a couple times the last couple of games. After the 5-yard run up the middle, brings up 2nd and 5. Roback fakes to give to Van. He's going to scramble out to his right. He's got nowhere to go with it. He's just going to hold on to it and go out of bounds after a pickup of only 1. It's 3rd and 4 for the Eagles. 1 tight end, single back, 3 wide receivers out to the left. Roback takes the snap. He's got plenty of time. He throws it over the middle, and it's hauled in once again by guess who? Sergio Bailey. 10 yards and a first down on 3rd. The offensive line doing a good job protecting Brogan Roback today. He's had to leave the last 2 games with injuries. This time he drops back in first down and stays in the pocket and whips it out to Johnny Neapalu, who should have hauled it in right off his hands as an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 now from the 30. Dan Bushman goes in motion to the left. Single back formation with Shaq Van once again, and he's going to get it to the left side. He's going to cut it back up the middle, and he picks up great yardage, picks up 8. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. The Eagles 3 for 4 on 3rd down so far today. The target has been Sergio Bailey, and he's made some big catches on 3rd down. Let's see what they do here. Robinson goes in motion to the left. Roback's going to fake it to Van, and he's going to scramble out to his left. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to pick up the first down, and he doesn't slide. He ends up going across the 50 after a 9-yard pickup. So another 3rd down conversion for the Eagles has him across midfield. I think Roback intended to slide on that one, but it was too late. He was contacted with before he could make that decision. Now on 1st down, they're going to give it to Shaq Van, who goes right up the gut, breaks a tackle, and gets inside Ohio's 40-yard line. Big run there for Shaq Van. He's off to a great start here in the first half. He has 64 yards on only 10 carries. 1st and 10 Eagles from the Bobcats 41. Roback's going to run an option with Van. It's blown up in the backfield, but Roback breaks the tackle and ends up getting across the line of scrimmage and picking up 12 yards for a fresh set of downs. Great play by Roback as he turned near disaster into a 1st down. Now the Eagles have it at the 20 for a 1st down. Erickson is in the shotgun formation to the right of Brogan Roback, who gives it to him on a draw play, and he has to just muscle back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing on that play. 2nd and 10. Robinson in motion. Play action give to Van. Roback's going to fire it into the end zone, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone. He was looking for Antoine Porter on the play. Eagles 4 for 5 on 3rd down. This is a big one here. Field goals and keeps it a 1-possession game for the Ohio defense. Roback takes the snap. He's going to have Van out to the left on a screen pass, and he's unable to make his way past the line to gain. It's going to bring up a 4th and 3. All in all, the Bobcats defense has to feel pretty good about holding them to a field goal here. Paul Figueroa on to make the attempt from about 25, 30 yards out. It is up, and it squeaks in by the left goal post. So the Eagles add on 3. They extend their lead from 7-3 to 10-3. So big drive coming up here for the Bobcats as we look down in Conference USA number 5. Houston trails Tulsa 24-19 with 12:58 to go. And all the Bobcats are back on the field. They got a big set up front, and they give it to A.J. Ollett on the outside, but that play is blown up right up the middle by Derek Williams. One thing we've seen the Eagles defense do the last couple of weeks is really tighten it up in the second half. And as the game goes on, and we're already seeing it here in the second quarter, is once again another negative play for the Ohio offense. That time it's Juan Figueroa in the backfield. So now it's 3rd and 14 for the Bobcats. They're 1 for 3 on 3rd down conversions today. They're in the shotgun formation. Winham takes the snap. He's going to dump it off to the left to White on a screen play, who can't get a block, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds after only 6. Big 3 and out there for the Eagles' defense. Bailey's back to field this one. He's going to haul it in at about the 30. He's going to go out to the left side. He's going to try and cut it back, and ends up picking up 14 for a decent return. So the Eagles will take over at their own 46, and they smell blood in the water with 1:47 to go, trying to extend their lead before the end of the half. Roback takes the snap. He's got nowhere to go with it. He's going to just cut it upfield, and he throws it away at the last second. Not a good decision for Brogan Roback on that play. 2nd and 10. They're going to get the Van, who cuts it to the left, picks up 6 on the play. It's 3rd and 4, and given the situation, the Eagles really have plenty of time. They don't have to snap the ball here. They're going to let it run down in case they don't pick it up. so that Ohio does not have any time to respond. But if they do, they'll have plenty of time to add on points. Here it is, 3rd and 4. Roback takes the snap. He scrambles out to his right. He stops and dumps it off to Johnny Neapalu going across the field to the right. He brings it up, picks up the first and 13 yards on the play for stepping out of bounds and stopping the clock with 58 seconds to go. Now it's 1st and 10, Eagles from the 35. Roback takes the snap. He's going to air it out to the left side of the field. Sergio Bailey in the end zone. Can't haul it in. Nice play by Tyler Gullett to break it up. 2nd down. Eagles not quite in field goal range yet. Roback dumps it off to Neapalu, who has another drop on the day. That one's big. Brings up 3rd down. Eagles an impressive 5 for 7 on 3rd down today. Let's see what they do here. Roback takes the snap. He drops back. He's going to fire one out to the left, and it's nearly intercepted. Roback did not see the defender waiting for that one. And they're going to send Paul Figueroa on the field for a 52-yard field goal with 45 seconds to go, trying to extend their lead to 2 possessions. Here is the snap, the hold, the kick is up, it's going left, it's got the distance, but it does not hook back. The 52-yarder is no good. Had the distance from Paul Figueroa just enough, but it just did not come back. Now the Bobcats have 41 seconds in all of their timeouts to try and cut this to a 1-score game with a field goal or even tie it with a touchdown. Windham takes the snap. He fumbles the football as he gets hit on the play, and the Eagles come up with it inside the Bobcats 30. It was Kwani Figueroa coming in with the sack and forced fumble, and it ends up being scooped up on the play by the Eagles, and we'll see if this one gets looked at for review. And it will not be looked at. It is a fumble. As we see here, as we take a look, Kwani Figueroa, see him right in the middle of your screen. He just gets right off his man. Windham tries to throw it away, but that's a clear fumble. That arm's not coming forward. That ball just drops straight out. And then there, with great awareness to scoop it, was Figueroa. Oh, Figueroa made the scoop. My apologies. The sack on the play was made by Audie Granger. Audie Granger gets the sack. Kwani Figueroa gets the scoop. And now the Eagles, already in field goal range, has a chance to add on to their 7-point lead. As the Eagles take over from their 23, 1st down play. Roback just checks it down to Shaq Van, picks up 7, and the Eagles take their first time out of the half. 2nd and 3 is the I formation. Bailey comes in motion, and we're going to give it to Shaq Van, who tries to bust it outside but gets brought down shy of the line again. It's going to be 3rd and 1. 2nd timeout for Charlie Batch and the Eagles. Roback in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He's going to fire it over the middle to Dan Bushman, who cuts it upfield inside the 5, and they're going to rule him down right at the 1. The Eagles use their final timeout, 19 seconds to go. Interesting to see what the Eagles do here with 19 seconds, no timeout. Bailey comes in motion. And they're going to give it to him on a sweep, and Bailey scores. Touchdown. Eagles, they take a 14-point lead right at the end of the half. Sergio Bailey just does it all for the Eagles this year. So the Eagles come out from the half with a 14-point lead. The opening kick is brought out of the end zone, and the Eagles smother the return man at the 15. Windham on 1st down makes a throw out to the 20. They're going to pick up 9. Ball's returned out to the 12, rather. So first play of the half, 9-yard pickup for the Bobcats. They're down 14. Now Windham gives it to A.J. Ollett, who gets just enough for the 1st down. A.J. Ollett has had a rough day in the backfield for Ohio rushing the football. 1st down play is going to be a speed option. Windham keeps it wisely, and he's going to end up with 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd and 1 Bobcats now at the 31-yard line. Windham is going to be an option. He's got open grass in front of him, but he's brought down from behind. What a tackle by Vince Calhoun. It was a double safety blitz. Nobody was down the field, and had Windham beaten Calhoun, that one would have been 6 for the Bobcats. Instead, it's 3rd and inches. Windham, another option play. More open field, but not able to get a lot out of it, but just enough for the 1st down. The Eagles got to be careful with Greg Windham. He has some open room on these options. It's 1st down now for the Bobcats. It's going to be White on the option. He goes right up the gut, picks up about 13 yards. Poppy White with a nice run there. That's only his second carry of the day, though. His last one was for negative yardage. Pretty much everybody not named Greg Windham has not had a great day rushing the football for the Bobcats. Good defense so far for the Eagles. Can they keep it up here in the second half? Windham, another option play. He goes out to the right, and he's brought down on the outside after only a pickup of 3. Hurry up defense trying to wear down the Eagles here later in the game. Windham takes the snap. This time he's going to throw. He fires it out to the left, and it's hauled in by Elijah Ball, who ends up falling forward and picking up the first down. That's his first reception of the game. Back to the line yet again for the Bobcats. They look to the sideline to get their play in. No huddle offense. Windham, option play. This time he's going nowhere. Waiting for him to make the stop was Brody Hoying, and he was all over him. 4-yard loss on the play. We've seen the Eagles defense just get better and better as games go on this year. They were great in the first half. Can they somehow keep that trend of even being better in the second half up? Windham getting pressured. He has to dump it off to the right, and it's hauled in by Morgan, who ends up picking up a first down. Nice play by Mason Morgan. And you got to look out for tight ends named Mason against these Eagles, especially going last week. When you look at that Buffalo game against Mason Schreck, who had almost 200 yards receiving from his tight end's position. That was only Morgan's second catch of the day, but both of them have been pretty big. That one huge on first and second and long. This time it's a give to Irons, and Malik Irons on his first carry of the day picks up 5 on first down. The Bobcats just putting together a long drive here, and now a penalty. That won't be any good for him here. It's going to back him up 5. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 instead of 2nd and 5 in a drive where so far they have been cruising. I think the only third down they faced on this drive was 3rd and inches. Here's 2nd and 10. They're going to give it to Olette, who makes a nice cutback but gets brought down by his shoelaces from behind by Luke McLean, the defensive end. Nice tackle there. Saved big yardage. It brings up 3rd and 10. Can the Eagles get off the field here? Shotgun formation, running back to his left. Tight end goes in motion to the right. There's a wide receiver out to his right, 2 to his left. It's going to be a screen out to the left. A.J. Olette hauls it in. He can't get around the edge. He gets brought down after only a pickup of 3. So ultimately, the drive ends inside the Eagles' 30. But wait a minute. In down 14, they're going to start needing touchdowns. They keep their offense on the field. 4th and 7 from the 30. Windham over the middle, hits his intended target, but he's brought down shy of the first down marker. And the Eagles take over on down, and after a impressive possession to start the second half, the Bobcats will stall out and come away with nothing. Can the Eagles apply pressure and put this game away? First down play for the Eagles is a run straight up the middle by Shaq Van, who just powers through 2 men and ends up picking up 12 on the play. It wouldn't surprise me to see nothing but Shaq Van until the Bobcats stop it. Up 2 scores with 4 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. This time Shaq Van gets 3 up the middle on first down. But as always, you never want to get too conservative, and with a quarterback like Brogan Roback, you can afford to be aggressive in positions like this. Roback's going to fake the give to Van. He's going to fire one over the middle, and it's brought in by Kilby, the backup tight end, who gets back up on his feet. He was never down. He ends up with 20. Great play by Nigel Kilby. Nice awareness to know that he had not touched the ground yet as he gets back up on his feet on this play. Let's take a look at this. Roback finds his man, fires it over the middle to Nigel Kilby, and he goes down. Look at that. His knee never touches the ground. It's very close, but his knee never touches the ground. Neither does his forearms or his elbows. He's on top of the Ohio defender. And then just great awareness. He just stands right back up. Picks up about 5 more yards. So now at the 41, it's going to be first down Eagles. They're throwing on first down, and right over the middle, Sergio Bailey hauls it in, picks up 11, and another first down. Nice pass by Brogan Roback. Eagles not just trying to run the ball here, trying to score points and put an opponent away. First down plays a draw to Van, who has to break a tackle and then has to fight for every yard he gets. He picks up 2 on that carry. 2nd and 8. Porter comes in motion from the left side to the right. Roback's going to pitch it to Van, and Van's got room. He's got a block. He's inside the 20. Gets hauled down from behind. just brought down, almost broke that one for a big-time game, perhaps even a touchdown. It is a first down now for the Eagles at the Bobcats 19. I formation. Erickson is the running back, and he takes it. He makes a nice cut to get through the hole on the right side, picks up 6 on the first down carry. First down, Eagles from the 14. Roback will take the snap. He's going to drop back, hang in the pocket, and just try and fire one over the middle, but knocked down by Torin Davis, and nearly intercepted. Dangerous play there, but the Eagles hang on to possession. 3rd and 4, Eagles. Roback's going to dump it out to Niapalu, who hauls it in and picks up the first, and it's going to be 1st and goal. Nice little play call there. Quick pass out to the left. Johnny Niapalu hauls it in and picks up the first down. The methodical drive for the Eagles continues. Inside the 10 goes Shaq Van right up the middle, braced for contact that never came, and he ends up stumbling into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. And the Eagles take a commanding lead here near the end of the 3rd quarter, and that one might just do it. Now, as a defensive coordinator, maybe you tighten the screws here against the Bobcats offense that is going to be in desperation mode, although they run it up the middle on first down, pick up 6. Still technically only a 3-score game, and these hurry-up offenses can score quickly. The Eagles' defense has been great for them here to start this season. Big part of why they are 5-0, and that pass is fired over to the right side and brought in by Brendan Cope, who almost broke that one for 6. So now the Bobcats at their own 45 with a fresh set of downs nearing the end of the 3rd quarter. Probably the last play of the quarter. It's going to be Wyndham's going to give it to A.J. Ouellette, who has room on the left side, but just smothering defense by the Eagles continues. They rush to the football. Don't let Ouellette get to the outside. He only has 11 yards on 12 carries. Bobcats rush back to the line on 2nd and 8. They're going to get one off right before the end of the half. Wyndham on the option had room, but once again it's sniffed out nice. So at the end of 3, the Eagles in a commanding position, up 24-3, trying to just hold on to this one and start 6-0. First play of the last quarter. It's 3rd and 5 for the Bobcats at their own 49-yard line. Wyndham drops back. He's going to toss it out left on a screen, and Poppy White has room. He's inside the 45 down to the 30 and wrapped up there by a couple of Eagles defenders. Huge conversion for the Bobcats. Still trying to wear down this Eagles defense with a hurry-up offense. Wyndham's going to give it to Poppy White up the middle. He's going to lose 2 on the play. Nice job by Luke McLean, or Jeremiah Harris rather, to get in the backfield. A lot of negative plays for the Ohio offense. 2nd and 12 now. Wyndham takes the snap. It's going to be a screen play out to the right. This time it's A.J. Ouellette. He's not going to get anything on that one. Sniffed out nicely by Kwani Figueroa on the edge. 3rd and 12 now. Can they convert another 3rd and long on this possession? Wyndham takes the snap. He's got time. He's going to air it out to the right, and it should have been hauled in, but it's not. It is dropped on the play. And a huge drop is going to bring up a 3rd and 12. That ball hung up there, and it just didn't get there. But by the time it did, the receiver still should have had that ball. Nobody was around him. Would have been a first down inside the 20. Instead, it's 4th and 12. Wyndham, time to throw over the middle. Hauled in by Mangan. The backup tight end goes 17 yards over the middle. Huge conversion for the Bobcats. The Eagles just couldn't get off the field. So now back to the hurry up they come. Wyndham's going to give it to Ouellette, who cuts it back to the right side. He goes back up the middle, almost picks up the first. It's going to be 2nd and inches. Nice run by Ouellette. His first one in a while that he's had go that long. 2nd and inches from the 5, and it's going to be a false start for the Bobcats. That's going to back them up 5. Eagles able to get their starters back out on the field for the defensive line, who are taking a breather. And now on 2nd and 5, they go out the middle with Poppy White to pick up 4. Another 3rd down coming up. White off to the left of Wyndham in the shotgun. Get their play in from the sideline. Wyndham going to give it to Poppy White. He gets knocked back, but he fights forward and gets back to the line of scrimmage at least to bring up a manageable 4th down play. Shaq Jones ends up with the tackle, the cornerback. That was almost a disastrous play. Nice effort by Poppy White just to get him back. It's going to bring up 4th and 1. Heavy sets on the field for both teams. Wyndham in the pistol is going to give it to A.J. Olette, who goes to the left side, sees a hole, cuts it back, goes up the middle, picks up an Ohio touchdown, the first one of the game. With 5:43 to go, they're going to be back down 2 scores. This one's not over yet. Sergio Bailey hauls it in at about the 6 or 7 yard line. He breaks the tackle, and he gets wrapped up at about the 33. Let's see what the Eagles do here. Do they try and put it away with Brogan Roback's arm, or do they just run with Shaq Van? I think you got to run with Shaq Van. He's good enough to put it away himself. And first down, he gets it up the middle, picks up 3. Shaq Van's averaging over 6 yards per carry today. He's over 100 yards. He's going to bring up 2nd and 7 from the 35. Roback takes the snap. It's going to be a triple option, but all 3 options were covered by the Bobcat defense. Great play made by Blair Brown to wrap up Brogan Roback. Look at that. No matter where he went with that one, it was going to be covered up. So a huge 3rd down. A 3 and out here would be enormous for the Bobcat defense. The Eagles unbelievably 7 for 10 on 3rd downs. Can they make it 8 for 11? Roback takes the snap. He's going to drop back. He's going to have to just check it down to Ian Erickson, who is unable to get the first, and he fumbles the football. It's picked up by Moore. Moore's inside the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Bobcats. Unbelievable. Oh my goodness, just like that, the Bobcats are within a score. Was Ian Erickson down will be the question. And Eagle fans here are holding their breath, hoping so. If not, that will be a monster turnover. Here comes the review. What a swing in momentum. This review can change it all. That is close to tell. Let's see right here. I don't know. I think that ball... Let's see.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Oh my. The Eagles catch a huge break there. The play is reversed. Meanwhile, though, it was a 3 and out for the Ohio defense. They will be getting the ball back, down 2 touchdowns with about 4 minutes to go. But my oh my, this could be a completely different story if that call held. White on the return now is going to get it out to the 25, gets hit hard on the return. This Eagles defense has to be tired after that long drive. The last time they were on the field, followed up by a 3 and out from their offense. Wyndham's going to give the option, or take the option, and he's going to go up the middle, pick up 9 on the play. Wyndham has 60 yards on 11 carries from his quarterback position. Back to the line go the Bobcats. Once again, really starting to tire down that Eagle defense now. 2nd down, it's going to be a speed option. Wyndham keeps it himself, only picks up 2. They'll call it 3 on the play. It's 1st down. The Eagles are fine with 3-yard runs in this situation. 3:47 to go, up 2 scores. Bobcats got to pick it up even quicker than they have been. 1st down play, it's going to be another handoff. This time A.J. Olette's got nowhere to go on the right side. He is met by Luke McLean. Yeah, I mean, the passing game may not be the strength of the Bobcats offense, but you got to go to it in this situation. You got under 3:30 to go, 2-touchdown game. Bobcats got to start throwing the football. Wyndham instead gives it to Olette once again, and he just can't get to the edge. He's not fast enough for this Eagles defense. Nowhere to go on the play. 3rd down here. You have to imagine this is a passing down for the Bobcats. Wyndham in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. He's going to throw. It's going to be a short pass though to Olette, and on the cornerback blitz, they're waiting for him. Perfect play call. Just happened to be right in the face of the running back, and after a 4-yard loss, the Bobcats are punting and essentially conceding this game to the Eagles. Not sure I agree with the Bobcats play calling down the stretch. Nonetheless, you think a 1st down or 2 will put this game away for the Eagles, as on 1st down they go to Shaq Van, who fumbles the football, but I think this one he was clearly down. Yes, he was. No, he wasn't. They don't review the play. I think he's clearly down on this one, but they do not review it. Maybe a bit of a makeup call, because I thought perhaps Ian Erickson wasn't down. So the Bobcats get the ball back, and on 1st down they try a screen pass that loses a yard. Bobcats just aren't able to throw the ball down the field. They got another chance, though, to try and get back in this game. 2nd and 11 from the Eagles 39 rather. Wyndham takes the snap. It's going to be another screen. Just not throwing the football down the field. They lose 2 yards. The Eagles are just, you got to do something else. The Eagles defense are just defending short passes and outside runs. So here's a 3rd and 13. 2 minutes to go. Wyndham is going to throw it downfield. This time wide open is Bellick, who gets out of bounds after a 19-yard pickup. Kyle Bellick was running free. And I don't know why the Bobcats are afraid to do what they just did. I think Greg Wyndham's proven he can make downfield passes. He's had a couple drops from his receivers, but he's made some nice throws. Now the Bobcats take over 1st down at the Eagles 21. Wyndham with time. He's going to air one out to the left side of the end zone. In the back, it's going to be picked off by Shaq Jones. What a catch. In the back of the end zone by Shaq Jones to put the exclamation point on this one and put the game away. Look at this catch by Shaq Jones, looking like a wide receiver, making sure he gets his feet in. This would have been good in the NFL as well, as he gets both feet in bounds. Look at this, look at that. Looks back for the football, locates it, makes a great catch right in front of the intended receiver, and clearly gets both feet down just for good measure in the back of the end zone. And the Eagles are going to go 6-0 to start the season. The 3rd and 4 play, the Eagles are passing it. Hobach's just going to dump it off to Antoine Porter, who loses the yard. Antoine Porter, non-existent in this game. I believe that's his only catch. It's going to be for negative yardage. From the pistol, Wyndham gives it to Olette up the middle. He has to try and bounce it outside, which isn't going to happen. Eagles take over on downs. Charlie Batch sends in his 2nd team offense to close this one out. Minute 16 to go. Bobcats out of timeout. They're just going to run it up the gut with Ian Erickson, picks up 5. For the Eagles, after a bye week, come back home for their first conference home game of the year. They beat the Bobcats pretty convincingly. It's going to be a final score of 24-10. And the Eagles, unbelievably, 6-0 on the year. Can they keep this momentum up going forward? Eastern Michigan went down 3-0 on the opening possession, then retook the lead, built on it a little bit, ended up pulling away. Defense gave up a touchdown late. But here's you see the performance from Brogan Roback in his first full game in a couple of weeks. He goes 14 for 22, only 132 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. He wasn't asked to throw the ball a whole lot, but when he was, he made good plays, good decisions, and completed most of his passes. Had a couple of drops from Johnny Niapalu. On the ground, Shaq Van once again goes over 100 yards. He had 21 carries, average of 5.4 per carry, and a touchdown. Ian Erickson had another touchdown on the ground. He had 14 yards on 6 carries. Brogan Roback 20 yards on 4 carries. Sergio Bailey carried the ball twice, picked up 2 yards and a touchdown. Sergio Bailey also tacked on 50 yards through the air off of 4 catches. Niapalu 3 for 21. Bushman 2 for 21. Shaq Van 2 for 13. Nigel Kilby 1 for 20. Ian Erickson 1 for 8. Antoine Porter only 1, which was for a loss of a yard. On the defensive side of the ball, Derek Williams led the way from his outside linebacker position, tied with Vince Calhoun, the safety, with 8 tackles. Williams had 2 for a loss. You look at the sacks on the day, it was by Adi Granger. He had the lone sack, which was also a forced fumble, which was recovered by Kwani Figueroa. Interception from Shaq Jones near the end of the game to put it away. Pass deflections on the day from Jason Beck and Vince Calhoun. Paul Figueroa, 1 for 2 on the field goal. He missed a 52-yarder just left. Hit a 30-yarder, 3 for 3 on the extra points. Austin Barnes punted it 3 times for an average of 48 yards per punt. Sergio Bailey, 26.3 yards per return on the kick returns. 2 returns for 21 yards on the punt returns. Overall, Eagles 24, Ohio 10. Eagles 15 first down to the Bobcats 14. Eagles outgained Ohio 283 to 257. Eagles picked up 151 on the ground, while the Bobcats picked up 110. Eagles had 3 rushing touchdowns. The Bobcats' 1 touchdown came that way as well. Bobcats were 18 for 24 through the air for 147. Eagles, as we mentioned, with Brogan Roback, 14 for 22, 132 through the air. Ohio 4 for 12 on 3rd down, while Eastern Michigan was 7 for 12. Bobcats went for it 4 times on 4th down, coming away with 2 of those. inside the red zone. The Bobcats only made it there twice, came away with a field goal and a touchdown. The Eagles got into the Bobcats red zone 4 times with 3 touchdowns and a field goal. Each team turned the ball over. Eagles did it once, first time in a couple of weeks, and the Bobcats did it twice. Eagles had a fumble loss from Shaq Fan. Bobcats had a fumble and an interception. Total yards on the game, including special teams, 383 for the Eagles, 331 for the Bobcats. Each team punted the ball 3 times. Both penalties were committed by Ohio, and Eagles win the time of possession 20 minutes and 47 seconds to the Bobcats 14 minutes 34 seconds. All in all, a great game. Let's go ahead and see if any of our 18 visitors commit to the Eastern Michigan Eagles. See if we can't get our first commits of the season. All right, so good news from the recruiting front. 7 of the 18 visitors we had watching the Eagles play Ohio said, you know what, I liked what I saw. I'm going to go to Eastern Michigan. We got the middle linebacker, Brad James from Cadillac, Michigan. We got the guard, Joe Irby from Dearborn, Michigan. We got Larry Black, the center from Norton, Ohio, our best recruit so far. We got another guard from Amherst, Ohio. This one's George Rucker. Jay Taylor, a 3-star defensive end from Waterford, Michigan. Jeremy Andrews, an outside linebacker from Wayne, Michigan. And Roger Johnson, a 2-star defensive end from Girard, Ohio. Looks like Jerry Bishop, the fullback, decided to go to Western. We need a fullback. That's our second one we've missed out on already. Let's see if we can't just go grab one. But so far, 7 recruits for the Eagles. All of them 2-stars, except for 1 3-star. But the good news is this frees up a lot of points to put on some other guys that we can go after. We got a 3-star defensive tackle right here. We're in the lead for a 3-star wide receiver right here. Got a 4-star athlete that we're leading on, which will be huge. A 3-star safety that we're leading on. 3-star corner. 2-star tight end. 3-star tight end. 3-star safety. 3-star athlete. 3-star tackle. 4-star running back. A punter. A 2-star running back. 2-star defensive tackle. 2-star wide receiver. 2-star strong safety. And a 2-star middle linebacker, which will get max points right now. We just added him last week. So yeah, we're in contention for everybody except this guy so far, and we're leading for most of them. So if we can get most of these guys to end up committing, that'll be a pretty solid class for a school like Eastern Michigan. So let's just go ahead and add a fullback, see if there's any with any interest towards us, because we'll take anybody at this point. We really need a fullback. So no fullback showing interest in the Eagles. We're going to have to just try and get Kerry Ostrander, the 1-star fullback out of Maryland, because he's got the lowest lock percentage out of anybody. Let's just see if we can't sway him at the last minute to come to Eastern Michigan. All right, so at 6-0, halfway through the season, let's just take a quick peek at the top 25 and the MAC standings, as well as other conferences. We'll take a peek at what's going on around the nation. Oklahoma's number 1, Washington's number 2, OSU's number 3, Houston's up to number 4. After sneaking one out against Tulsa. Clemson's 5, Alabama 6, Stanford 7, UCLA 8, Michigan is 9, and Louisville is 10. That is the top 10. Let's just go through the rest of the top 25 for you. Western Kentucky at 13. Others receiving votes. No love for the Eagles yet. We haven't really played anybody, so we can't blame them, even though we are 6-0. Who knows? Maybe we can keep it up. Let's take a look at the conference standings. First and foremost, the MAC West. In our division, we are 3-0 in the conference. Still work to do. We've only played 3 games. Central Michigan, Western Michigan, and Northern Illinois, all within striking distance. We are on the road against Northern Illinois next week, so this will be a huge game for our chances of making the MAC championship. We take a look at the MAC East. Got Ohio and Akron tied at 3-2. Kind of a good lead early on in the season against everybody else. So let's take a quick look at the other conferences in the country to see who's winning what. In the ACC Atlantic, so far it's NC State, but Clemson right behind them, and as is Louisville, but for some reason they've only played 3 conference games so far. ACC Coastal is led by Virginia Tech. They got a game cushion on Georgia Tech. In the American East, we got USF, East Carolina, Cincinnati, all in it. American West, we got we got Houston and Tulane, both 4-0. Navy also right in it, as well as SMU. Big 12. Big 12, we have Oklahoma at 4-0, just kind of running away with it so far. The Big 10 East, we have Ohio State at 2-0. Michigan's right behind them at 3-1. And still in it so far, technically, is Rutgers and Michigan State. We'll see how those end up playing out. Big 10 West is led by Northwestern, but right behind them is Wisconsin. Conference USA East, we got 4 undefeated teams: Florida Atlantic, Florida International, Old Dominion, Western Kentucky. Middle Tennessee State not out of it yet either. Conference USA West, opposite end of the spectrum, we got UTEP 2-1, followed by Louisiana Tech at 1-1. In the Indies, we got BYU at 4-2, Army at 3-4, Notre Dame at 2-4, and UMass at 0-7. UMass gonna beat anybody? Lost to an FCS team badly. Yeah, it's not looking good for UMass this year. And Notre Dame beat Purdue by 7 on the road, lost by 13 at Michigan, lost by 9 at home against Michigan State, lost by 21 at home against Oklahoma, squeaked one out against Arizona State at home, and lost at home to number 17 USC. So tough schedule, but not beating any of the good teams they're playing, squeaking out wins against average teams. Then we look at the Mountain West Conference, the Mountain Division. Boise State 4-0, Air Force behind them at 4-1, and still in it, Wyoming 2-1, and Colorado State 1-1. Not played a lot of games yet for those two teams. Mountain West Conference, the West Division, Hawaii leads the way at 3-1, and San Diego State is 1-1 so far. Pac-12 North, Washington 4-0, Washington State right behind them at 4-1. Pac-12 South, UCLA and USC are 2-1 so far. Utah is behind them at 2-2, and Colorado still in it at 1-2. SEC East, we got Florida 4-1, Tennessee 2-1, and right behind them technically is Missouri, Vanderbilt, South Carolina, and Georgia with 2 conference losses. SEC West got Bama at 4-0, followed by Auburn, and Mississippi State is 1-1. In the Sun Belt, got 3 undefeated teams: Louisiana, New Mexico State, and Louisiana Monroe, and a couple of one-loss conference teams with Arkansas State and Idaho, who are 1-5 overall, but 1-1 in the Sun Belt. So that will be interesting. So that's what's going on so far in the season. We take a quick peek ahead at our next week's opponent on the road, MAC division game. This will be a big test here in the MAC West. Could determine who wins the MAC West even. So we take a look at what NIU's done so far this year. They lost at Iowa 29-0. I'm not sure we would do much better, to be honest with you. They beat a FCS team by 7, took care of Bowling Green convincingly at home, took care of UMass on the road, took care of Kent State on the road, lost a close one on the road to Akron, and then beat Central Michigan on the road last week by 4. So this is a big game coming up for us next week. Be sure to tune in as the Eastern Michigan Eagles travel to take on the Northern Illinois Huskies in a big MAC West showdown. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.